Bird helps. Fox break. Abscess. Minutes later. Something terrible happens. The scream ripped through the dawn like a knife. It wasn't human. It was animal, raw, desperate, echoing off the river rocks and making every leaf in the valley shiver. A red fox lay sprawled on a flat boulder, one paw clawing weakly at his shoulder. The abscess there had ballooned overnight, a hot, pulsing fist of infection stretching the skin until it shone. Pus seeped from a tiny split. His name was Finn. The rangers knew him by the white tip on his tail like a flag in the green. Now that flag dragged in the mud. He hadn't eaten in days. Flies feasted on the wound. He didn't have the fight left to snap. Then the bird came. A tiny indigo bunting, no bigger than a heartbeat, landed on a stone nearby. It tilted its head, black eye sharp. Finn didn't twitch. The bird hopped closer, once, twice, then struck. A quick, clean peck. Pop. The abscess burst. Yellow filth poured down Finn's side. He whined, a broken sound from deep in his chest, but held still. The bird worked fast, beak jabbing gently, cleaning the edges like it had done this 100 times. Not love, not pity, just nature's cold bargain. Relief came slow, like sunrise. Finn's sides stopped heaving so hard. His eyes, foggy with fever, sharpened. He lifted his head and looked at the bird. It chirped once, soft, almost like thanks, then flew to a low branch to watch. High on the ridge, Mira dropped her binoculars. She'd followed Finn for months. Knew every scar on his snout, every limp from an old trap. She'd watched foxes waste away from wounds like this. But a bird playing doctor? Her fingers shook as she grabbed her camera. This can't be real. The gash drained clean. Finn rolled to his belly, legs shaking but holding. He licked the spot once, then stared at the bird. For one quiet second, the forest forgot to breathe. Mist swirled. Sunlight cut through the trees in golden knives. A heron flapped away downstream with a grumpy croak. Then the wind changed. It brought a smell, thick, musky, hungry. Finn's ears shot up, his fur bristled. The bird froze mid-preen. Snap! A branch cracked behind the bamboo. Not a deer, not a pig. Something waiting. Mira's blood turned to ice. She knew that step leopard, young male. She'd seen his paw prints 2 nights back. Big, fresh, circling the water. He'd been stalking the weak. Smelling blood. Finn tried to stand. His back legs folded like wet paper. The open wound bled bright red now. A dinner bell. The leopard stepped out. Gold coat, black spots, eyes like burning coals. Skinny ribs showed. He was starving. His stare locked on Finn. One slow step, another. Tail low. Ears flat. Mira bit her tongue hard enough to taste copper. She couldn't yell. Couldn't run in. Rules said, watch only. But this wasn't watching. This was murder in slow motion. Finn scraped backward, claws scratching stone. No strength left. The leopard crouched, muscles tight. The bird exploded. A scream, not a chirp, ripped the air. It dove straight at the leopard's face, wings ablur, beak snapping. The cat hissed, paw swiping air. A drongo joined, black shadow diving like a dart. Then more, a whirlwind of feathers and fury. They attacked eyes, ears, nose. One peck drew blood. The leopard roared, spun, tail whipping. He backed up, snarling, then bolted into the green. Finn moved. He dragged himself up the bank, half crawling, half falling into a hollow under a huge banyan root. The birds circled above like guards. Mira watched, tears hot on her cheeks. They saved him. Silence fell. The leopard vanished. Finn lay in the shade, chest pumping. The bleeding slowed, but the fever raged on. Alive, for now. Mira hit her radio. Finn's down bad. Abscess popped. Leopard hit. He's under the old banyan. Get the vet team here. 2 hours. Stay put. 2 hours. A lifetime. She crept down, staying low. Finn didn't flinch when she knelt close. His eyes tracked her, dull but aware. The indigo bunting landed on the root overhead, quiet. Mira poured water from her bottle into her hand. Finn lapped it slow. She ripped a strip off her shirt, pressed it soft to the wound. He let her. Trust or just too tired to care. The sun rose higher. Heat pressed down. Flies came back. Finn's breaths grew thin. His body shook. Infection wasn't done. Mira whispered, "Hang on, little man." The bird chirped, sharp, worried. It hopped down, nudged Finn's ear. Nothing. An hour crawled by. Then boots, 2 rangers, vet kit, syringe. They moved quick. Cleaned the cut. Shot antibiotics. Wrapped it tight. Finn didn't fight. They lifted him in a sling. Mira walked behind. The indigo bunting followed branch to branch, never far. 3 weeks later. Finn came home, not leaping, but walking. The scar was a clean pink line. He moved careful, eyes bright again. The rangers let him go at dawn by the same river. Mira watched from the blind. The indigo bunting waited on a rock. Finn stopped, stared, then lowered his head. Not fear, but something older. The bird hopped near, pecked once at the scar, gentle. Finn stood still. They stayed like that until the sun warmed the stones. Later, Mira checked the trail cam. Every morning, Finn, the bird. Sometimes a seed left on the rock. Sometimes just sitting side by side. A silent promise kept. The forest doesn't speak, but it remembers, and so do the ones who walk away from death.